All right, hockey fans, welcome to another edition of Wolves Hockey Show, the #1 rated hockey-themed show, all on Lakes Region Public Access. Welcome aboard, Coach Bates.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to do the show this week.
Coach Kuhns is currently at his house. He's taking a day off. He needs a much-needed day of rest, or maybe 10, who knows?
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
So we got Coach Bates. Coach, first time on the show this season. Good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Nice. Well, we had a good weekend of hockey. A lot of games being played. Teams getting back into action. Teams getting back into winning ways. Coach, tell me about the U14s.
Yeah, the U14s, they had one game against the Manchester Flames, and they did really well. They had a 7-3 win, so that team's rolling right now.
That was their first Granite State Hockey League win in a while. They've been getting a lot of ties. They've been doing well. They've been playing some different competition, but it was good to see them get back in the win column.
Yeah, that team works really hard, and that was a good result for them. Tell us about the U16s weekend, Coach.
Before we do that, we're going to go to a clip, U14 clip, right now. So here's action from Sunday up in Waterville, the Wolves' home ice. They did a great job of possessing the puck down low. Made a nice play to get it from low to high up to Finn Harris, who takes a nice shot from the point, deflects off a few bodies, and the Wolves would take the early lead here. Final score in Waterville, 7-3, Wolves win. So Coach Guerin always gives a player of the game and a plunger award. This week's winners, Cam Fusco taking the Wolves jacket as the player of the game, and Ben Libby getting the plunger. Good job, boys. So Coach Guerin does a great job of building that team cohesion, building that culture, gives out that, the great jacket after each game, gives the plunger award. We know Noah Worth was one of the greatest plunger award winners in the history of the program.
Yep.
A lot of good stuff coming from that team, Coach.
Yeah. Could you? What do you think that plunger means, Coach?
I think it's like I think it means something that everybody, something different for everybody, But I think overall, I think for Coach Guerin's team, it's like that doing the dirty work.
Yeah, I think it helps build team morale there. Those guys love those awards after the game, and those guys are excited and love getting the pictures on the Instagram and the Wolves show.
Absolutely.
Could you, how the U16s do this weekend? I know you had some games.
16s had 3 games in 2 days. Really good games. Really good games. Sometimes not always getting the results we wanted, but playing at a high level, competing against some of the top programs in youth hockey. We beat the Cyclones Academy elite team 3-0 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we played 2 games in one day. Played a real close game against the New Hampshire Avalanche, lost that one 4-3. And then played the Cyclones premier team and lost that one down in Hudson 4-1. Good games though, back and forth. Coach, when you saw him here in the building, what did you think of those games?
Yeah, I think I got to see a couple of those games, and they were high-paced, very competitive games with some of the top teams in New Hampshire, and a couple bounces one way or the other, and it could have been a couple more W's this weekend. Absolutely.
We got some clips we're going to show you right now. So Saturday morning action, Mikas Krumpans makes a nice play to get the puck to the net. Ethan Bickford here on the finish. Wolves would win 3-0. Now here's Sunday evening action down in Hudson. Wolves would play really hard. This was a fast-paced game. Mikas Krumpans again, though, makes a great play on the forecheck, steals the puck from the Cyclones defender, and then an unbelievable finish. This was the one goal in the Wolves' 4-1 loss, but really showed some outstanding effort by Mikas Krumpans on that play. So, Coach, if we're building for the future seasons, who's really stuck out, in your opinion, on the 16s?
Yeah, I think obviously a guy you mentioned twice there in Mikas. He's an unbelievable player, great work ethic. Another guy we can mention is Zach Orwig, with how hard he works, and he's at the rink every day, and he's really working to get better. We've seen big improvements there.
Yeah, he had one of the goals on Sunday, I think it was the second or third goal for the Wolves, and really just a great individual effort, but all his hard work all game really paid off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Coach, tell me about the P team.
So the P team, we had 2 games this weekend where it was nice to be back in the home building. We played the Vermont Lumberjacks, who have relocated to Waterville Valley. Tough 6-5 loss, back and forth game, a lot of lead changes. Unfortunately, we came out on the wrong end of that one, but overall it was a pretty good effort by the guys. And not the result we wanted, but good stepping stone there as we're building towards the end of the season in the playoffs. The following night, we had a rough game, short turnaround, played the New Hampshire Avalanche, top team. Wasn't our best effort. A lot of things we can learn from that game, though.
Absolutely, Coach. We're going to show you a clip of the P team right now.
Here's some footage from the first game against the Lumberjacks. Had a few new players to the lineup, one of them being Sam Dene. Jeff Brand makes a nice pass. Sam Dene's first game back, he scores a big goal for the team. All right, Coach, I know EHL team was in action.
Yep.
Could you tell us, they had a few games, tell us how they did?
Absolutely. They had 2 games in midweek. They played the New Hampshire Avalanche down in Hooksett, and then they followed that up with a game against the Vermont Lumberjacks here on home ice. And they got 3 out of 4 points. That team is playing really, really well. Before we get to the clips, Coach, tell me about what players stuck out for you in those 2 games.
Yeah, so I think pretty good group effort out of a lot of guys there. Ricard Zielinski's another guy, Latvian. He's playing really well right now. I think he's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
And overall, the defensive core there on that team is much improved, and they've had a big impact on a lot of games.
Yeah, from our first defenseman to our 6th defenseman, any pairing can go out and play against any line, and they do pretty well.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're going to show you a couple clips right now. So here's the game-tying goal from Wednesday's game in Hooksett. Wolves down by 1 late. Declan House makes a nice play to get it over, and then it kicked out to Brendan Ogle, newly acquired forward, came to us from Chippewa Falls in the North American Hockey League, and he makes a great finish to tie the game. Wolves would lose this one in overtime, but still managed to get the overtime point. And here's the first of 2 clips from the Wolves' 7-4 win against the Vermont Lumberjacks on home ice. Late in the 3rd period, they do a good job on the forecheck. Puck gets low to Luke Farinacci, who hits Justin Pitari backdoor. Scratch my back with a hacksaw. Wolves were up 5-4. A couple of shifts later, the Wolves are still on the attack. Dennis Danilov makes a nice play, gets it over to Wade Volwo, who gets it up top to Brendan Ogle, and you smelt it, you dealt it. He finds the back of the net. Brendan Ogle, 3 goals in his first 2 games. So, Coach, tell me about Brendan Ogle, 2001 forward. He's from Tennessee. He's played 80 games in the North American Hockey League. He comes into the Wolves, makes an immediate impact. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I think right away he's come in, good personality. He's meshed with the guys really well, which is very important. And then on the ice, he's just a hard-working guy, very smooth skater. And as you can see, he's got a pretty nice finishing touch there.
Yeah, I mean, that team is sitting 12-10-2. They're a point out of second place behind the Seacoast Spartans, who have played 4 or 5 more games than they have. And they get 3 out of 4 points this week. I don't know how we can crack the power rankings, but we're doing pretty well.
I think pretty good results last week, and obviously you always want to win all the games and get all the points, but overall that was a solid week for the EHL team.
Yeah, and I think the team's playing well at the right time, and I'm excited to see where they're going to be. We did have another exciting announcement this week. A bright young coach coming into the program, Chris Pellini. Coach, what have you seen from Coach Pellini so far?
Yeah, I think awesome addition for the program. He interacts with the guys really well. He played at a high level. He played in college hockey, so anytime you can add a guy like that to the program, it's a no-brainer. So that's a huge addition for the Wolves.
Yeah, one of the things too that always struck me about Chris is he's played AAA hockey here in New Hampshire. He played high school hockey in New Hampshire. He played junior hockey in New Hampshire. Now he's gone on to play college hockey, and he actually got a degree in sports management. So for him to choose us to begin his coaching career is exciting for us. We want guys like that in the program, and it only gives us room for growth.
Yeah, absolutely. I know everyone's excied to have him here and help him with all the teams and moving on up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know you're a big NHL hockey fan. The start of the NHL hockey season, Coach. What's been the buzz around the rink? The 56-game NHL schedule. What are guys talking about?
Yeah, I think all the players are just excited to be able to watch NHL hockey again. Best players in the world, and those guys love the highlights the most. But I think they're excited to watch hockey games again.
Now we have our special preseason correspondent and advisor, knows all about the NHL game. Blake Trimble coming on right now. All right, NHL season right around the corner. Bruins opened up this weekend, 56-game regular season plus playoffs. Been a real buzz to have professional sports happening again. We got a big Bruins fan here with us, Blake Trimble, going to give us the lowdown on her predictions for the Boston Bruins season. Welcome to the show, Blake.
Thanks.
All right, now, Bruins had some big losses this summer. They lost Torrey Krug in free agency. They lost Zdeno Chara. He signed with the Washington Capitals. How are the Bruins going to make up on the backside for those losses?
Those are very good players.
Yeah.
They're gonna do pretty good, but they lost those players, and they're very good players. So
Yeah. So new guys have to step up right there. I think the Bruins are hoping that McAvoy can kind of take the next step in his career. They brought some other guys up from who've been developing in the system. Going to get some new guys contributing, huh?
yeah.
Now the Bruins opened up. They went 1-0-1 against the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey Devils are a historic juggernaut, multi-time Stanley Cup championship team. Just a proud, rich tradition of excellence. What were your thoughts and reflections on the first couple games with the Bruins?
The second game they played against the Devils, they lost, but they're doing pretty good because they won one game and then the Devils won the other game.
That's true, and they got points in overtime too. It wasn't like they got the doors blown off them, which you'd expect when they play a team like the Devils. I mean, come on, you know. Now, new captain this year. Chara left to go to Washington. Patrice Bergeron's the captain. How do you think he'll respond to that kind of new level of leadership? Where will that take his game?
He has to lead the players, and I think he's going to do a good job.
Yep. Who else is some of the guys you're looking forward to kind of contribute to that leadership core?
Brad Marchand and
Maybe Krejci? Maybe
Yeah.
Krejci can do some stuff?
yeah.
Yeah. You never know. Well, you heard it from Blake, right? Now, Blake, when it comes down to playoff season, the Bruins have some real seasoned veterans. They know how to win. Where do you expect them to finish this year?
I'm really hoping they're going to win the Stanley Cup.
Now, rumor has it a couple years ago when the Bruins were in the Stanley Cup final and they lost to the St. Louis Blues, you cried.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a rumor.
And it took a couple hours for you to calm down. You cried.
No, probably like a minute or so.
That's not true. That's not true. You cried. You woke the neighbors. We had to call the cops.
No.
And it was a big deal. Are you going to cry this year if the Bruins don't win the Stanley Cup?
No.
It's okay, though. Because you also have, well, now, I mean, obviously this is the Bruins pregame show, but the Buffalo Bills did make the conference
The Buffalo
championship.
Bills.
Yeah, they made the conference championship. You're super excited about that too, right?
We're not talking about football, though.
It's the Buffalo Bills. It's once in a generation when they even win a game in the playoffs. You got to talk about it all the time. What's your feelings on that one?
I hope they make it to the playoffs, too, I guess.
I agree with you.
Yes.
All right, folks, you heard it from Blake Trimble. She predicts the Bruins to do what?
To win the Stanley Cup.
To win the Stanley Cup and Bergeron to do a good job, right?
Yeah.
So, Coach, you heard it from Blake. Bruins poised for a big year.
I hope she's right.
Now, you're a Bruins fan.
I am.
What do you think of their chances this year?
I think they have the core pieces still, and depending on how some of those young players that are going to get an opportunity to do, I think good leadership, and I think they'll be there in the end, and we'll see how they are 56 games later and go from there.
Yeah. Now, you did also see that Jack Hughes might have been the best player on the ice.
Unbelievable.
That's a pretty good player.
19 years old.
He could play in the EHL.
Could play in the EHL.
I think we'd make room for him.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be tough to find a guy to drop, but it's something you'd have to.
You have to find a way to sneak him in the lineup.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, tell me what we got coming up. Weekend games. What are the U14s doing?
The U14s, they have two games. I believe both are up in Waterville, where they play the Northern Cyclones and the Manchester Flames.
That'd be good matchups.
Yeah, I think another crack at the Flames and good Cyclones team, but U14s are playing well, so not a team you want to play against right now.
That's for sure.
What do the 16s have coming up?
16s are back to a normal Saturday, Sunday 2-game schedule. We're going to have both games in this building against the Valley Junior Warriors. Now, I know the Valley Junior Warriors are normally a Massachusetts team, but because all their players are located here in New Hampshire and you can't do that cross the border games, they moved their whole program on that team to the rinks at Exeter. So we're going to be able to play them up here a couple games and then go down the rinks at Exeter and play that team down there. So it'll be a good test for us, and we're excited to be playing some new opponents.
Yeah, it's nice, a little fresh blood there, someone else to play.
Absolutely. Now tell me about the P guys. What are they up to?
Yeah, the P team has 3 games this week. Play the Lumberjacks twice at home, and we get the Avalanche on the road in Hooksett.
Good. We're playing these guys. We know them by now. I think, with those group of kids, our P guys are just learning how to win. They got a lot of 02s, a lot of 03s. We even got Mikas, who's an 04. And sometimes you got to dig deep and find a way. And it's not a lack of skill. It's nothing to do with any X's and O's. It's just you got to go out and respond to adversity sometimes.
Yeah, I think young group. It's important to find our identity here, and I think we've slowly been doing that. And it's building to be playing well at the right time here, which is down the stretch and in the playoffs. So I think little bit of rough start, some ups and downs, but I think this group overall is a lot of good strides, and I'm excited for the finish of the season here.
Absolutely. Now the EHL team is currently on hiatus. We do have a number of kids who are recovering a little bit from some illnesses, and we're going to take a quick 10-day break, make sure that they're safe, and we don't increase the spread of any kind of illnesses that could occur. So they'll be sitting at home for this week and getting healthy. But we do have exciting news. On January 23rd, on Saturday, we played 2 games in this building. We would have played 3, which is the EHL team. We got 2 still in this building. We got a U16 game at 8 a.m., and then we have an EHLP game. I believe it's at 6 p.m. And what we're going to do is, because the soda shop means a ton to the kids on the team. They have, they'll go to breakfast there, they'll go to lunch there. If they're doing a team meal, they'll head over to the soda shop. And it started since my first year up in Laconia, back when I was a teenager. We went to the soda shop. It is kind of an institution for Laconia. So what we're going to do is we're going to donate a portion of the gate, and we're going to take donations. This pandemic has really affected a lot of people who work in the food services industry, especially those waitresses and waiters who live off tips. So we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for Soda Shop. So if you come in on Saturday and Sunday and you buy a ticket or you donate to the fund that we have built up, we're going to donate all those proceeds right to the waiters and waitresses at the Soda Shop, because we appreciate all the stuff that they've done for our kids as they've been in Laconia. So it's kind of cool.
Absolutely. Really cool spot. I know the guys, they really enjoy going there. So
yeah. Now, what's your favorite, when you go to the Soda Shop, what do you like to order?
I think I like to get breakfast no matter what time of the day. Lunch, dinner, you got to get the Soda Shop breakfast.
Yeah, the breakfast burritos are good. I love getting an omelet there. I love the home fries. Nothing's better than a good Soda Shop breakfast.
I agree. Blue Kool-Aid. You guys love the blue Kool-Aid.
I've never tried the blue Kool-Aid.
That's what they like.
They all like. Who's a big fan of the blue Kool-Aid?
All the players. And Barron.
And Barron. That's important. Well, hockey fans, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you come on Saturday and you think about the Soda Shop. Come in the building, drop a couple bucks in there, and we'll be thinking of those people as we move forward.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned to the Wolves website, www.ne-wolveshockey.com, for all your information, news, updates, and much more on the Wolves program.